Welcome to Eternal Philosophies. Today we journey into the mind of one of the most radical and influential libertarian thinkers of the 20th century, Murray Rothbard. Born in 1926 and active until his death in 1995, Rothbard was an American economist, historian, and political theorist. He played a pivotal role in shaping the modern libertarian movement and is widely regarded as the father of anarcho-capitalism. Deeply influenced by the Austrian school of economics, particularly Ludwig von Mises, Rothbard combined rigorous economic logic with a passionate defense of individual liberty, natural rights, and free markets. He didn't just want to limit the state, he wanted to abolish it completely. In this video, we explore the fundamental principles that define Rothbard's thought and his powerful legacy. Rothbard's core ideas. 1. Anarcho-capitalism. Rothbard envisioned a society without a state, where all services, including law enforcement and defense, are provided by private, voluntary arrangements. He believed that the market, not government, could meet all human needs, peacefully and efficiently. 2. Non-aggression principle. At the core of Rothbard's philosophy lies the non-aggression principle. It is morally wrong to initiate force or coercion against others or their property. This principle is the ethical foundation of a truly free society. 3. Private property rights for Rothbard. Property rights arise from self-ownership and the homesteading principle. The idea that by mixing your labor with unowned resources, you acquire legitimate ownership. Private property, he argued, is essential for liberty and social order. 4th. Critique of the state and taxation. Rothbard saw the state as a coercive monopoly, a gang of organized theft. To him, taxation is theft, extracted under threat of punishment. He believed the state lives by violating the very rights it claims to protect. 5. Free market economics. Influenced by Ludwig von Mises, Rothbard supported laissez-faire capitalism. He opposed central banks, inflation, and regulation. To him, free markets lead to prosperity, innovation, and voluntary cooperation. 6. Natural law and ethics. Rothbard grounded his libertarianism in natural law theory, a belief in universal moral principles rooted in human nature. These laws, he said, support liberty, property, and non-aggression. 7. Non-interventionist foreign policy. Rothbard was a relentless critic of imperialism and military intervention. He believed war was the ultimate tool of state power, one that leads to greater oppression and less freedom. 7 notable quotes by Murray Rothbard. 1. The state is a gang of thieves writ large, the most immoral, grasping, and unscrupulous individuals in any society. Rothbard strips away the state's moral disguise, revealing it as a force that lives by violating individual rights. 2. Taxation is theft, purely and simply, even though it is theft on a grand and colossal scale which no acknowledged criminals could hope to match. It is a compulsory seizure of the property of the state's inhabitants or subjects. For Rothbard, taxation is not a civic duty, it is coercion, plain and simple. 3. The best way to help the poor is to slash taxes and allow savings, investment, and creation of jobs to proceed unhampered. To Rothbard, real help for the poor doesn't come from government programs. It comes from unleashing economic freedom, lower taxes, more investment, and jobs created without bureaucratic barriers. 4. It is no crime to be ignorant of economics, but it is totally irresponsible to have a loud and vociferous opinion on economic subjects while remaining in this state of ignorance. Rothbard reminds us, opinion without understanding can be dangerous. 5. The libertarian must never advocate or prefer a gradual, as opposed to an immediate and rapid approach to his goal, for by doing so, he undercuts the overriding importance of his own goals and principles. And if he himself values his own goals so lightly, how highly will others value them? Rothbard calls for principled consistency. Freedom should be pursued fully and without compromise. 6. The more the government intervenes to delay the market's adjustment, the longer and more grueling the depression will be, and the more difficult will be the road to complete recovery. Rothbard warns us that state interference in markets doesn't ease the pain, it drags it out, making recovery slower and more painful. 7. The great non sequitur committed by defenders of the state is to leap from the necessity of society to the necessity of the state. Rothbard dismantles the myth that order and cooperation require coercion. Murray Rothbard's radical vision continues to inspire and challenge. Whether you agree or disagree, his clarity, consistency, and courage demand our attention. If you found this video thought-provoking, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Eternal Philosophies. Join us again as we continue exploring the ideas that shape liberty, reason, and the human spirit.